Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here in the heart of New York City, in Tudor City, actually. And I'm here with June Chin Ramsey, who's the CEO of Context Travel. Now, what is Context Travel? Well, it's a great tour operator, day trips and longer trips. We're going to find out all about Context and actually why we are here. We're going to take a little tour with Context Travel today in one of their day trips. And you're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, let's talk about Context Travel and what exactly do you do? First of all, when did it start and what do you focus on?
Sure. Context, we provide meaningful experiences for people who love to learn. We started in 2003, founded by Paul and Lonnie Bennett. They are an American couple who were living in Rome at the time. And they wanted to find an opportunity, find a way for travelers to get off the tourist track and really connect with and learn from local experts. So, you can kind of think about it as rather than going to the Colosseum with a group and learning a list of generic facts, with Context, you can walk the Colosseum with a PhD level archaeologist who's actually dug in the Roman Forum.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it is definitely cool. And these experts have devoted their entire lives to the study of ancient Rome. I mean, expertise matters, James, and it really doesn't get better than that.
No, it's amazing, and now we're going to do a New York tour here to learn all about the architecture of New York. But what's your background? How did you get into this?
Sure. My background is actually in finance.
You're now a recovering finance person, and now you're in travel. You like it better, huh?
I just love the challenges. So prior to Context, I covered emerging markets investments with focused on Asia and South America, and then was a financial leader at a number of high-growth startups. Context, actually, which I joined in the beginning of 2018, is my first travel-focused company. But I have been living and breathing travel, I would say, from both a personal and a business perspective for probably a couple of decades now.
Well, now you're in travel, and I'm not going to tell you, but you're never going to leave. That's it. You're always going to be in travel.
No plans to leave. I've loved this and haven't looked back.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about some of these cultural and historical tours that you offer and the destinations that you offer. What you have day trips and you have longer trips, right?
Yes, we have. So we provide small and small group and private day, half and full day walking tours in 70 plus cities now, 6 continents around the globe. Some of our flagship cities include, Rome, Paris, London, and then we also have places like Barcelona, Amsterdam. You mentioned Madrid earlier, a personal favorite of mine, and Tokyo, Singapore, and Asia, just to name a few.
So you are getting into Asia now too. So and then you have New York, of course.
Yes, and of course, let's not forget New York, Philly, Boston, all of our domestic favorites.
Now you also have Context Journeys. Now those are the little bit longer trips that you have?
Yes, so Context Journeys are our multi-day pre-planned trips. So the idea was really for our most avid learners who really wanted to connect deeply with one of our subject matter experts over a period of days, that they could join these Context Journeys. And we started them in Europe, and we have some in Mexico this winter as well.
That's amazing. No, I'd love to go see that. Mexico. I mean, I'm used to going down to all-inclusives and resorts, but to go see historical Mexico, colonial Mexico, which would be amazing, right? Now, how do you have these experts? How do you select these experts, these PhDs, the people who guide your trips? Because not every PhD is going to be able to be a great guide. No,
that's definitely true. I mentioned Context has been doing this since the early 2000s, and so our team knows how to select these experts. They are, I can confidently say, these are the best scholars and experts in their field. They're everything from anthropologists to archaeologists to art historians to ecologists and musicologists, and the things that we look for. There's the obvious. They've got the great credentials, but they're impassioned storytellers. They know how to bring their subject, a city, to life. Right. It's almost like spending a day with your favorite university professor.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, we all have had university professors that are dry as toast, and you got to find that has enthusiasm. Well, you and I, we never had those, right? But there were those that were just you like wanted to go to class because they were so into it, right?
Yes.
So those are the people.
Those are the folks, yes,
Okay.
the ones that you miss so much.
Now, who is the target customer for you? What's the demographic?
Yeah, our target customer is really any lifelong learner who wants to go deep and connect and really connect with person and place. I would say our target customer, they definitely value expertise. And, in terms of demographic, we have baby boomers, we have Gen Xers, we have older millennials, but it's really anyone with this kind of curiosity that they want to pique when they're...
So you're not looking for someone who wants to go lie on a beach, but you want somebody who really wants the better understanding of the places that you visit, right?
For sure. For sure.
Now, talk a little about the tour we're doing today. What is, first of all, what is this tour we're doing, and what is it going to be all about?
Yes, I'm so glad, and thank you for being here. I'm so glad you're able to join us on this tour. The architect.
I went on this beautiful fall day. It'd be great. Now, if it was raining, I don't know if I would have showed up. But
Oh my God! Well, we do operate rain or shine, and we
So tell us about this one. What are we going to do?
So we are going to stroll down 42nd Street. We will cover 150 years of Manhattan's history with an architect and historian. We will look up at the Chrysler Building. We'll step inside the Daily News Building.
I'm glad you called it the Daily News Building. It hasn't been that for a long time, but now it is, and you called it the Chrysler Building. So I'm going to get a better feel of the Chrysler Building, of what it really is, right?
Yes, and don't forget Grand Central. That's a stop along the way too. But really, I'm hoping that you're going to leave today with a really solid understanding of how architecture has shaped my hometown and one of the greatest cities in the world.
And no, I've done some architectural, or at least city tours of walking tours of Lower Manhattan and Wall Street, which were amazing. And I'm hoping I'm going to get the same thing here, because I used to work in this neighborhood, so I know it very well. I mean, right down the street from Tudor City here, and right in back of the Chrysler Building. And I do know some of it, but I don't know all of it.
One of the things I love about our tours is it allows you to discover all of these things about your own backyard. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I walk down 42nd Street, rushing off to the next meeting, and this
Usually you're running for the train when I was commuting, right?
So it'll really allow you to pause and just see the city in a different light.
And absolutely, I'm looking forward to that. Now, big question here: how have you handled the last 20 months of this crisis? I can't call it a crisis. A crisis is something that happens a single time. We have been in pandemic. We're starting to emerge, I hope. We all, I just had a coffee and they said, "Where's your Vax card?" I'm like, "Oh, that's right. I got to get that." And so, how have you survived as a company?
Well, to be honest, like any travel company, we were really reeling at the start of the pandemic. But we were never just a tour operator. Across all these years, we were facilitating learning. We were connecting deep subject matter experts and scholars with curious travelers and learners around the globe. And so, when the pandemic hit, rather than just sitting back on our heels and waiting for the world to reopen, we got creative, and we got to work. So we wound up launching Context Learning, a digital platform.
Oh, so you went virtual, kind of, and that's amazing.
We did, so that our travelers and travelers at heart could continue to discover the world from the comfort of their own homes. I mean, this is not just a health crisis, James. This is, I call it a crisis of loneliness, a crisis of despair. It's been such a difficult time, for our staff, for our experts, our customers, and being able to connect them, to connect people, to connect place, to provide a platform where our scholars could continue teaching and sharing their passion, providing meaningful work, and really supplemental income while the borders were closed. It's truly humbling. It's been gratifying, and we have tens of thousands of learners around the globe now, just continuing to connect, and as I said, with history, culture, people, and place.
Yeah, so now it sounds like you can get a degree from Context Travel now in some of the places that you visit, and now that they've done it virtually, they probably want to go and do it with you in person, right?
Yeah, I would like to say I think we're the only company that has created this continuous learning journey. So they can learn pre-travel, during travel, post-travel, after when they return back home. That 365-day dialogue, it just doesn't have to stop.
It's amazing, and it sounds like I'm looking forward to this tour, and I'm hoping to learn more about some of the other destinations that you do. Now, we go out to 92,000 travel advisors now. That's our current database of. What do you want to tell them? How can they work with you, and how can they be compensated by what they sell for you?
Sure. Travel agents, advisors are a big, big part of our business, and we are so thankful for their support during this pandemic. The best way to work with us, I definitely recommend that they check out our website, contexttravel.com. They can log in as an agent there, and what we've found is our travel advisors have told us that their clients are not looking for those luxury white glove things in the same way that they're looking for these personalized experiences. Okay. So what they're doing is they're taking our day tours or even some of our full day journeys, right? They're either mixing our day tours with their own multi-day itineraries to provide this truly meaningful experience, or they're placing their clients directly on our journeys. And what they're telling us is that they've got peace of mind from that, because they don't, we're a Virtuoso and Signature preferred partner. They don't have to worry about, am I putting my customer with an untested guide? Our experts are top notch. Like I said, they're the best in the industry.
This sounds amazing, and as you said, where you can go and get more information at www.contexttravel.com. That's the correct website.
And that's 2 T's in the middle. Context.
Two T's in the middle. Remember that. Okay. Well, June, it's been great to meet you. Hopefully, we'll meet again, and we both live in the New York area, and it's great. I'm looking forward to this tour, and you're going to get to see some of it on this video as we go around and learn more about the Chrysler Building than I probably ever knew, and Grand Central, and all of 42nd Street. Because I've been guilty enough of racing through 42nd Street because I had to get that 6:10 train or something, and now I can see it a little more relaxed on a beautiful fall day in New York, in Tudor City, with all of the lovely sounds of the city all around us, kids going by here and motorcycles starting up. But this is New York, Manhattan, and this is Tudor City. Again, June, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us, and also giving us a chance to try out one of your tours.
Thank you, James. Pleasure's been all mine.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.